she's brand spanking new. She was able to double her revenues in the month of December. And she's a brand spanking new Pro 5. So I thought it would be absolutely perfect for her to maybe step on a bigger stage, because when you hit Pro 5, you heard what Bob Wagner talked about. The company sends you to Utah for a 3-day event, preparing you to lead outside your team. And she is on her way to that kind of leadership with this company. And that's why I'm so excited. A little bit about her. She has been married for 20 years with her childhood sweetheart. They have 3 wonderful children. They are in a small little town in Georgia called Jessup. Her background is sales and marketing, past 5 years as a realtor. A few years ago, her family was kind of thrown into a health crisis. 2 of her daughters, well, I didn't say it, 2 of her daughters battled an autoimmune disease. And that's why they've been really, really passionate, about our products with LifeVantage and have them take a closer look. And now she's having tremendous success. And she's doing exactly what Dr. Deckel was talking about, is she has that secondary source of income, extra income. And if you do this business right, folks, like me, it will become your primary source of income. So I want to welcome brand spanking new Pro 5. And by the way, folks, Pro 5 is doing $20,000 a month in revenues. So think about this. Part-time, she's built $250,000 a year business. And what Bob Wagner was sharing you on the income disclosure statement, the average income for a Pro 5 is $2,500 a month. Think about that. That's extra. Please welcome Pro 5 Gloria Overholt to the webinar. Gloria? Congratulations.
Hey, Gabe. Thank you.
I'm so excited for you. I can't even think straight.
Oh, thank you. Well, I can tell you, because we did have technical difficulties, and this is my first time. Is everything okay?
You look beautiful. Everything is fine. You're coming in loud and clear. I'll go ahead and shut my video off and I'll mute the button so you have, total control. And just what I want you to share with everyone is, just what you've been doing in the last several months to be able, to be where you are today, especially for the time of year. I know Jill and I, for the last 3 months, has been telling everyone, you're going to have to work, a little harder during the holiday months to have an incredible 2019. And let me tell you, you are so far ahead of the curve right now to have a spectacular 2019. So I have pencil and paper. I'm going to be taking great notes.
Well, thank you, Gabe. And it's just a huge honor to be on your training today. I'm super excited. When you called and asked me to talk today, I started thinking about really what are the things that my team is doing and what I'm trying to encourage my team to do. And so immediately I thought of 3 things. And I'm going to be mostly talking to the people that are coming into this at a foundational level, because if I made Pro 5 in just a few months, anybody can do it. It's totally possible. And you keep preaching this over and over, that this whole system is duplicatable. So that's really, I'll start at the beginning, and I'll start with my number 1 talking point and my number 1 tip. And this is what I tell my team, my new distributors. I feel like this company, what sets it apart from anything is just the scientific research out there. I mean, the products are amazing, but there is so much science to go along with these products. And that's something I don't know of any other company that has it to this level. There's so many educational tools. So my number 1 tip, first of all, is educate. I I preach this to my, my distributors, and my goal is to have them educate themselves. The first thing I did was I jumped on a plane and went to one of the conventions that the company offers. That was Salt Lake, and that was in November, right? So when I went to Salt Lake that month, I rank advanced 2 times. And I got to take one of my distributors along, and she rank advanced. So I will say a convention is like one of the best ways. It's kind of like, imagine this. It's kind of like putting yourself in a greenhouse, and you just grow really, really fast. And that's what I look at with conventions. So, if you can, try to go to a convention. We have one coming up in February in Charleston. I'm so excited about that. That's just a really good, quick way to educate yourself. So educate yourself. Also, plug in. There's many, many tools in this business to learn and grow. Every day I listen. I try to every single day, except for Sundays. I try to spend 10 minutes learning about more about one of the products or about the business side. So educate yourself. You don't need to know everything about this business to get started. You can start right away, but try to pick one thing within the company that you know well. It can be just start with a flagship product, maybe the Pro Tandem, or if you're already into hair and you know a lot about the hair system, then pick that. But pick one thing to know well, and then you start there, and you can build on from that. Gabe, you said it best. One thing you said was become an A+ student. So begin to educate yourself. I'm always learning, and if you're going to go out and share these products, you really want to be a professional with it. So plug in, get involved in the training tools online. And then secondly, educate your customers. So I really feel like this is one of the reasons why my volume keeps increasing is I try very hard to educate my customers. And, when you're teaching them about the products, for me, and I'm just sharing my experience, if I'm very realistic and I use the approach of this is not a quick fix. I've seen this with my family. I have 2 daughters who have very different experiences. One, within 2 weeks, it was like a light bulb went off in her. It was amazing. The other one, we are still working on bringing healing, because your body does something phenomenal with these products. It heals from the inside out. And so it's beautiful, but everybody has a different experience. So I try to educate my customers up front. Their experience may be different. I tell my daughter, the one that's a little more slower in coming around, I tell her all the time, honey, your body is not Amazon Prime. Seriously, it's going to take some time. It may take some time. The important thing is you're healing. So it's kind of like planting a seed, and you're watering it every day, and you don't know what's going on in the inside, but things are balancing. They're leveling out, and we're putting the pieces of the puzzle together for health. And this is just a huge step, these products. So I'm very passionate about the products, but I'm just trying to educate my customers. So the second thing, educating your customers, is never assume they know how to research. This is something that I really felt was big for me. To begin with, I was just telling them about it. I was telling them about the educational tools, but I found if I took the time to really show them how to research, just as simple as putting something in the search bar on one of the Facebook educational tool groups. Show them how to use a search bar. Show them how to research whatever their health issue is. And so educate is number 1. And then after, my next point is encourage. I guess I'm an encourager at heart. I just want to see people, I really want to see people happy, and I really want to be happy all the time. But honestly, we all have hard stuff. We all have difficult things in our lives. And so look around you and I'm talking to these new people who have just joined at this, they've just joined this company. Look around you. Who do you know that needs encouragement? For me, it was other desperate moms. I was that desperate mom. I was the one just trying to get through the day, exhausted, sleep deprived. I was working so hard to find something to help my children. So I was a desperate mom. I was already researching. So that's my target audience. I look for other people who really, really are looking already for something. I mean, I've heard this from Sean. Everybody needs this. Dr. McGee. Everybody needs this, but not everybody wants this. So find the people that want it and give them encouragement. What I really do is I reach out to them and I just ask them, tell me what's going on in your family. And so here's something I learned. People love to talk. Shocker, right? They love to talk. I mean, if they feel like you value them and you're going to listen, honey, they will just unload on you. And sometimes, it takes discipline to listen and to just step back and let them talk. But I found if you let them talk and you identify their problem, then they will listen when you try to bring a solution, right? So rather than just go try to sell them something, let them talk to you. Be that person that builds trust and that listens. Just be a good listener. It's that easy. And the good part about being a good listener is anybody can do that, right? You don't have to be a good speaker. You don't have to be, have all the answers, but you can listen. So again, the people starting out, listen to your friends, your family, your other people in your life that have problems and that are desperate and that need encouragement. So that's simple. Then I was going to say this: if you listen to them, they will value your opinion. And I'll just tell you my own experience. Patty Hale, who's my personal enroller, as a realtor, she's a mortgage lender. Okay. So we had this professional relationship for years. And back when my family was thrown into this health crisis, I had several hospital visits and with my daughters, and I was, in the middle of all this. And so I had so many people reach out to me just about this product or that product that was sure to help, that was going to, it was just, I'll be honest, it was overwhelming. I'm not saying those people weren't genuine and that they wanted to help me, but to weed through all of this, I mean, it was like everybody and their brother was messaging me and asking me to try the latest Mona V juice or, whatever. I had family from Colorado and places all over because they had heard about my family and they were, they wanted to help. But you know who I came back and listened to? Patty Hale. And I'll tell you why. I trusted her. She had spent time building that relationship. And so when she came with a solution, I was ready to listen. So I will be forever grateful. She was an answer to prayer. And, here's what I'm going to tell you. You may be the answer to someone else's prayer. You may be the person that, changes somebody else's life. And I believe that these products are that phenomenal. So just value people and give them the benefit of listening to them, and then connect with their pain. And again, Dr. McKee tells us all the time, connect with people's pain, and then they'll listen to you. So we have educate, encourage. And then the next point I have is empower. The word empower really means to make someone stronger and more confident. And this is going to touch back to what you said earlier, Gabe, about goals. I really believe that one of the ways that we can grow our business and be empowered is to set goals and to set specific goals. I love this. I have my upline, Kim Landers, is awesome at this. She really encouraged me to start a vision board when I started. She said, start your vision board, put your goals out there. I mean, at that point, I didn't even know what a Pro 5 was. I mean, I just kind of reached for whatever. But I did know that I wanted to see my family walking in health. And my personal goals were to get all 5 of my family members to be walking in health. I'm happy to say that now I've got 4 of the 5 doing great, and the 5th one's coming along. Every day we're one step closer to that goal. So what's your goals? You know, put it on a vision board, put it somewhere where you can see it. And then start. Gabe, you said this, and I really appreciated this. You said this business is a 3 to 5 year business. So where do I want to be in 5 years? My goal is to go straight to the top. I want to be a 10. I jokingly tell myself in the mirror that I'm this, you know, Pro 10 crusher slayer woman, you know, but I want to go to the top. Well, then I work it backwards, and I'm thinking, okay, if in 5 years I can be a 10, where can I be 3 years from now? Where can I be 1 year from now? And my immediate goals for this year, you know, starting now, is I want to hold my Pro 5 because I want to go to that summit that everybody talks about. And so the Pro 5 hustle, I've got to maintain consistency for the next 2 months. That's my plan, to stay consistent for the next 2 months and reach that Pro 5 hustle. And then, of course, I'm working towards Ireland. That Ireland is my happy place. That is where I look at the picture of Ireland, I cut it out, put it on my vision board. You know, I'm working towards that. So how do I get there? Every month I'm setting goals. And so I really think that, you know, goals are empowering. And I think it's important to help your team set goals. I think that goals are kind of like, our mind's like a GPS. So our life is, we set the destination and our life is going to follow. So that's the part about empowering each other. And then don't be afraid. If you want to move forward, you have to do things afraid. I mean, I guess all of us have that, that fear inside of us that doesn't want us to step out of our comfort zone and do the things that we know is going to help us grow. And one thing that I did is I started thinking, okay, if I had no fear in my life, 0, and I was just free to just move on in confidence, what would it look like? So you can't wait until that leaves. You've got to move. You've got to move forward. You've got to do it afraid. You've got to run towards the things you're scared of, because that's where growth comes, right? So anyway, I've got educate, encourage, and empower. Those are my 3 points that I'm sharing with you today. And the last thing I'm going to say is do the hard until it becomes easy. I'm still waiting on that easy part, but I'm doing the hard things. You can grow this business as fast as you want. You can walk, you can crawl, you can run. I choose to run. I've got my foot on the gas pedal and I don't want to let up. And finally, I will close with your advice, Gabe. You said, think bigger, faster. And that is my goal, is to think bigger, faster. And that's what I want to pass on to all the new, distributors and the Pro 1s, 3s. Think bigger, faster, because it's happening. This is an exciting time to be in this company. I cannot wait to see what my future is in this company. And I'll close with that. So thank you so much.